Well, okay, that's for y'all. For me, it's been an exciting week for me.
You've
One,
been drinking more.
okay, I have been drinking tonight, only because I'm sick, and I heard whiskey is good for congestion. I got sick last Friday, and like I've been fucked up. Oh, hold on a second. Let me shine real quick. Anyway, I've been sick. I've been battling the sickness, and I feel terrible.
I don't even think he can hear you. He ran away.
Well, yeah, but I'm not talking to him. I'm talking to the people who are so gracious to give us their time. That's what I'm talking to. People who listen to Love What You. Did he just pull up Evan Williams eggnog? God damn.
It's spiked, man. It's got this really strong. It's got this really strong rum in it. It's really
Whose
good.
man's is this?
I'm telling.
Whose
It's
man's is
really,
this? He's
really
drinking
good.
milk and whiskey. Fam, I can't fuck with it. Anyway.
Oh, you missing out. You missing out.
No, I'm not. I'm
Yes, you
lactose
are.
ignorant, so I'm not missing out on the
Wait,
goddamn
you're
thing.
lactose intolerant?
I'm lactose ignorant. It means I know I'm lactose intolerant, but I eat as much cheese as I want. So,
Oh,
yeah, so I've been a little bit congested. So you guys deal with me a little today. I might sound a little more muted than usual. Two, I have a date on Friday, and I'm very excited because she is.
Congratulations.
weren't you dating the other girl?
Oh yeah, nah. We're on to a new one now.
Oh,
He on that girl
R.I.P.
from Jet
Yeah,
Magazine.
you know how that go.
Was it more of a situationship?
Yeah, it's a situation.
Nah, it was cool.
It was a smashing ship.
Wow.
I already know, bro.
I mean, yo,
I already know.
it is what it is. We all know what we're here for. We all grown.
I'm 40 years old. I know.
But yeah,
I know.
I'm super excited about that. Mainly because she's really my type, which is like way out of my league. That's my type.
Way out of his league. Way out
Exactly.
of his league.
Exactly. A couple of shout outs.
Well
One,
done.
big shout out to Gamer Vev and Pink Rose setting the challenge world on fire. Again, this is what you guys do. J Challenge 2. Much respect for y'all. Much love. Big shout out to Zariah. You know who you are. Always showing love. Respect that. Love that. A big happy birthday shout out to Caitlin. It was just your birthday to 28. Happy 28th birthday.
Yes, happy birthday, Caitlin. Homie.
All right. Before we jump into the episode, I want to talk about the thing that has been set Challenge Twitter on fire. Challenge Twitter really came alive. Really came alive this past
Excited.
week. And that's because we got the names for everybody's going on All Stars season 4.
Oh yeah.
But there was 2 names that really got people excited. One was the return of Leroy Garrett.
Yes.
Woo-hoo!
After retiring 2 seasons ago.
Retiring. You know they only ever retire.
But you know what? We know what time
With
it
quotes.
is. All Stars is a lot more easier for people who, I mean, think about it. For him
It's
to
less
leave
time.
for 6 weeks, he's shutting down his business. You're banking it all on that. So we get that. But the name that really got people buzzing is the return of the queen, Cara Maria. Cara Maria makes a return on All Stars 4. We're all super excited. Just real quick, I'm going to run through the names. We're going to talk about who we're excited for, who we are not. All right. We have Ace from Real World Paris. Avery Tressler from Real World Portland. The Jordan racist season. We got Adam Larson from Road Rules the Quest. Ayana makes a return from Semester SC. We got Brad from San Diego. Challenge legend. Brandon Nelson, a fan favorite.
Love him.
Of course, Cara Maria from Fresh Meat 2.
Woo, woo.
Derek Chavez from Real World Cancun. Flora from Real World Miami. The season where Dan is from. Where the fuck is he? We have Jasmine also from Cancun. We have Janelle from Real World Key West, the Banana season. My favorite, who I'm so excited to see back. We got Jay Gotti from Real World Explosion. Oh, we're going to get into that.
You mean Jenna's ex-boyfriend?
We also got the return of Cam Williams. Jenna's ex-boyfriend. Didn't he used to call Jenna his Sunday girl or some
Yep.
shit like that? We got Cam Williams from Are You the One 5, Kefla from Real World's Down Under, Laurel Stuckey from Fresh Meat 2, Leroy Garrett from Las Vegas, Nicole Zanata from Skeletons. We got Rachel from Campus Crawl, Ryan from Fresh Meat, and Steve from Real World The Quest. Yay! Tina makes her return.
As per usual.
And, I almost forgot about this. People are excited for this. We got Tony Time coming back from Real World Skeletons. Tyree is listed on. He's from Real World Denver. Veronica from Semester SC. And the alternates are going to be Genesis from Real World Boston, a classic early Real World season, and Cyrus also from Real World Boston.
Genesis was robbed. She should have been on the main cast.
So much to be excited about. Obviously, we're all excited for Cara, Tony, and Leroy. Let's talk about least excited. All right. So a couple of people make that list. Probably, and I like the guy, but probably Tyree, Steve. I know people like Ryan. I'm not willing to put him there. Tyree, Steve, and Jay are probably the least the people we are least excited about. Not everybody, though. I'm excited for Jay. And let me tell you why. Because Jay deserves his shot at redemption, just like everybody else. People have quit multiple times on the challenge. People have complained. He has never gotten another shot. I'm thinking he got some dog in him, and he really wants to redeem himself. I'm excited to see how he has grown and what he can bring. And, let's see what the kid got. How do you guys feel about the return of Jay?
He's not
half of these people aren't all-stars. More than half.
He's not an all-star.
Come on,
I'm
all-stars.
not excited.
All stars
just stayed in the dark.
People who's been on the show at any point in time.
Jay could have stayed in the dark. Don't nobody care about no Jay.
Is Tony an all-star?
I would put him in all-star status.
See, that's shaky at best. That's shaky. And don't get me wrong, I like Tony.
They brought a lot of they brought Kayla on. If Kayla's an all-star, Tony definitely is. But, at the end of the day,
Kayla's in the final.
Yeah, but I would rather not see Kayla again. I'm good on that.
He saw a final in the spinoff, so they need to count the spinoffs. Number one,
we count the spinoffs.
It depends on the spinoff. I some of those spinoffs, if you look at the people that they had on there ain't no way they're not going to beat.
Well, Sean Merriman was on one, so I think we can give the spinoffs a little bit of respect. But
I do the pros one, but not the stars ones.
Do you guys like my assessment that Jay deserves a fucking shot?
No.
Why?
No.
Why not?
Jay is one of the weakest competitors in challenge
Johnny
history.
Bananas and Cara Maria first season, they were the first boots.
Yeah,
he made a final.
He made a final because he was with Jenna.
He made more finals than several people on this list.
Don't matter. He was a waste of oxygen on the challenge. He didn't even complete the final. He didn't even complete it. Come on,
you people who didn't.
No, you ain't complete
He was pretty much wallpaper on his season. He basically had to force himself a storyline.
No, he had a storyline.
He had to force himself a storyline basically by hooking up with Zach's ex.
And then Zach hooked up with Jenna
and make Jenna jealous.
That wasn't. I don't think they tried to make each other jealous. I think
they openly said that they were.
It was just an opportune moment.
Jenna should have dropped him a long time ago during her season of Real World, because I watched this.
Can I ask why the hell Ace is on this? He's
Hey, leave Ace alone. Leave Ace alone. That's my homie.
That boy can't do
nothing. That's my homie.
I'm sorry. I as a person, I don't think I have a problem with him. He's a sweet Southern boy. He looks okay. He's cool. But at the end of the day, his season put his head in a bug trap for 2 seconds before running off screaming like a 5-year-old child. I can't. I don't. That's the easiest challenge. Give me earplugs and nose plugs and stick my ass in a fucking.
Let's leave Ace alone.
It's good to have Jay. We don't have people like Jay back. We're going to get people like Jordan back. Let's not.
Jordan's cold. But listen, Tyree, I'm happy to see him come back.
Happy to see him come back.
He is a straight beast. He's killing it in the gym. I sent him a message on his workouts, man. He's killing it. Yeah, I did.
Hey, Tyree, just want to say hi. How you doing?
Not like that.
You are killing the bench press.
No, I'm
send me your workout routine.
I check out everybody's workout routine. I've seen Malik's workout routine. I mean, he's a savage in the weight room, you know. And I'm a savage, you know. So I'm up there with the best of the best. Let's go. Yeah, we know that. We definitely know that.
I could eat. That's what I do. I am happy when I'm eating. But anyway, no.
So this is the first season that we seen Jasmine and Tyree on at the same time
together, right?
How do you think that's going to go?
Cares?
I think they're both single.
Jasmine is so beyond Tyree at this point.
What makes you say that?
I don't see her caring.
Yeah, but
he was barely a blip on her radar.
I'm talking about them. I wouldn't say a blip on her radar. She was quite mad about
something in the beginning, but because of the way
I think it was just what happened. But
anyway,
I mean, I don't know. I don't think that.
What's the chances they fuck this season?
None.
0 to 1. Well, I'll take that back.
They're both single.
0 to none.
I doubt it.
And if she does, I'm going to be very disappointed.
Why would you be decided at the sausage she gets?
I say it would happen off camera.
Anybody but Tyree. Go hook up with Ace.
Nah.
It'll probably happen off camera.
Ace does look good. But anyway.
Okay. Now to the people we're excited about. Super excited to see Brad back. He always comes in and competes really, really well. Always kicks a lot of ass. I'm also super excited to see Avery. We haven't seen her in a while. Last season was
Free Agents,
3.
No, it wasn't Free Agent. It was Rivals 3.
Yeah. It was Rivals 3, 2016. So it's been a while. Yeah,
I do remember her.
It's crazy to think Rivals 3 was really only 7 years ago, but that really seems like 20 seasons ago.
Right. It seems like it was yesterday, but I still can't believe it's been that long.
Yeah, it's been a while. Real excited to see how she does. Always really, really liked her. So I'm glad to see what the Hooters girl can do. And I don't say Hooters girl to try to demean her. It's what she does. She's very proud of it. And I'm proud for her. How do you guys think Avery is going to fare this season?
She'll probably be the first ones to go, honestly.
Really?
Why?
Yeah. She's not that type of competitor.
Over Flora?
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not playing with you. I mean, just look at her. I mean, depending on if she's trained
a competitor.
Yeah,
that girl worked hard on her season.
Listen,
yeah, but we don't know where she's at now. But in my opinion, I think she'd be one of the first.
I'm going to tell you something. And some people may agree with me, some people may disagree. But I'll tell you what. And that fight with Nia, Avery has more than held her own. Round 2, she was getting it in and stood toe to toe.
During the season?
Yes.
You got to remember
dryer fight.
You got to remember that's when she was younger. But is she still that agile? We don't know.
She got that dog in her.
She may not have it.
I mean,
not unless you've been training.
You know what? She always had a lot of heart, and I will give heart over a lot of other people on this season. And I think she wants to prove herself too, because
100%.
I think that's the thing. When people go to All Stars, it's usually the people that haven't been on for a really long time who want to prove that they should have been brought back. I think that's what a lot of them come on this show for. Like, you should have had me come back on the main season. Look what I can do. So I have high hopes for her.
But if you haven't trained for it,
what? Because she doesn't post her workout regimen like Tyree. You don't think
you don't have to post. I'm saying if you have not been training for it, you're gonna have a hell of a time.
What she's done.
That's what I'm saying. She never trains for these things.
She's never trained. Laura's different. She's a different breed. We can get to Laura. We can get to Laura in a little bit.
We're gonna get to
Laura Avery right now.
But listen, I'm going to tell you this: Avery makes the last five or six girls.
Well, I'm not going to go that far.
No, I'm not going to go that far.
I will. I
won't say. I'm not going to say she's going to be the first boot. But I think she's going to make a pretty decent amount, but I don't think she's going to make it.
I'll say she'll dump a lot of them. Hold on.
So do you want to put a bet on this razor or something?
I think it depends on who she aligns herself with.
How about
That's the thing.
I would give you 2 to 1 $500 bet. She makes the last 6.
No, I ain't doing no $500. I don't bet like that. I'm talking
I
about
would
let's
never
do
do a
something
bet for less than
simple.
$500. $500.
No, I ain't finna bet.
Bragging rights.
Come on, what's $500 between friends?
I'm not finna do.
I'll tell you what. How about this?
No.
He got a kid.
$5.
He got a little baby.
$5. No, a drink in person. When we back together in person, you buy that person a drink.
Listen, you might as well call me John Cena. You will never see me.
We gonna see each other again. We saw each other in what was that? Nashville.
Listen, first time and last time. Tell your kids. One time I saw MTV Malik in person.
I've seen you twice.
Huh?
I've seen you twice.
You're different.
Becky, I only seen you once. And that was in Nashville too.
I think we were only really in passing.
Anyway, speaking of which,
I was running around all over the place.
Speaking of which, there are 2 Challenge Mania events I'm going to. I'm going to the bowling thing and in Oakland, and I'm going to the party in LA with Cyrus and them. So I'm going to be there. I really want to go to the Seattle one, but I'm still kind of shaky on it. I don't know if I'm gonna do Seattle just yet, but there's a good chance I'm gonna go to the Seattle one.
I'm looking at KC. I may go to KC one. I haven't decided yet. I'm going.
That's because it's 4 blocks from where you live. I get it.
Yeah, pretty much.
See, I have to figure out logistically because most of my Challenge Mania visits happen to coincide where people live, and I have people very graciously offered me their homes and let me sleep in spare rooms.
See, I understand other people's crib.
I do. You know,
I have no problem with it.
Kansas City. Hey, you going to Kansas City?
I didn't even know there was one in Kansas City. I'd have to see what the date is.
Stay with you?
One in February.
Is that what you're offering? Stay with you?
I don't have no place in Kansas. We can meet up in Kansas City.
He said we could get a place in Kansas City.
Shut up.
Anyway,
leave that poor man alone.
Moving on. The woman of the hour.
About it.
Cara Maria Sorbello is making her long-awaited return. We haven't seen her since War of the Worlds 2, which was only in 2019, but it's still been a good long while since we've seen her. A lot of us feels like it's been unfair to keep her off. She's been vocal about wanting to come back. Wes did say something about Cara Maria knows why she hasn't been invited back and hasn't really been forthcoming. All that to the side, she is back without King Paulie. Only in due time. We'll see you soon, bro. Without King Paulie, but Cara Maria, I'm telling you this. Anything less than her winning this whole thing would be a disappointment. Even though she's been on for years, the only thing standing in her way is a 1-on-1 elimination with Laurel right before the final. If she's in a final, she can beat everybody in the final. And she can beat Laurel depending on what the elimination is.
Can she beat a Laurel in a final, though?
Yes.
If she gets out her way, yes, she can. But I'm gonna say this: I expect the same expectation that I hold her to, and I still hold her to this day. I expect her to be in the final.
Yes, definitely in a final appearance minimum. But all reality, here goes the funny thing is, this is one of the most stacked female casts we ever seen for All-Star. Shit, one of the most stacked female casts we've seen for the past couple of seasons. And that's including the main show. And I still expect her to, a minimum, an appearance in the finals. But I'm really hoping she brings it home. I'm just so excited. It makes me so happy to see her back. She's my New York Yankees, my New York Giants. That's who I'll always root for.
Do you guys think, in all honesty, that the situation that Nicole's there, who Cara has notoriously had issues with, as well as Laurel, even though Nicole and Laurel don't like each other necessarily, do you think that, because people are saying if only those 3 would work together, that might be like a killer trio, but would it actually happen? And
no.
Do you think that they'd be able to get over their differences and actually set it aside?
That's a no across the board. That is a alliance of hate. That is a axis of evil. There's no way that is going to happen. Would it be nice? Sure. But I'm kind of cool off for Nicole, and I'm definitely cool for Laurel after I heard that shit about what she did to Leroy. That was fucked up, and that was some hate and shit.
What'd she do to Leroy?
So an old Challenge Mania clip came up and Leroy talked about it. He said, yeah, I don't fuck with Laurel. I don't like Laurel, and I'm gonna tell you why. He said during I forget what season, but maybe Dirty 30. He's like, me and Cam didn't even do anything yet. And she was like, oh, Laurel came in as a mercenary. And then when she went home, she called Leroy's girl, which was like, hey, you and Leroy together? They was already and she was like, yo, I think he's fucked around with Cam, yada, yada, yada. And that's why Leroy don't fuck with her. Good enough for me. Now, I'm not going to sit here and speak ill on Laurel because she follows me on Twitter. But, but come on, that's some hating ass shit. Not, I don't like that. I can't respect that.
But I remember that. Yeah.
Do you think Laurel and Cara would be able to work together?
Yes.
I think the best we could hope for is them not directly targeting each other for the first 60-70% of the season. And I think that in itself would be a win. They recognize that they're big threats and that going after each other when there's so much other weaker people to pick off would be a waste of their talents and time. Remember, most of these people get paid by the week. So the longer we're on, the more money we make. Why dig in each other's pockets? Not that either one is hurting for money, but it makes sense. All right, skipping over Derek, skipping over Floral, skipping over Jasmine, Janelle, who I'm excited to see back, kind of like Janelle. We already talked about Jay. Cam, Killer Cam. I put out a post earlier on Twitter earlier this week, and I was just like, I seen a lot of fucked up posts when it came down to Cam and Leroy. A lot of people was like, oh, so fuck that baby then. Or who's watching the baby? Or the baby's gonna be at Nana's house, I guess. I ain't like none of that shit. Not only for the mom shaming, but I don't know. I did feel some negative racial connotation behind some of those. I'm not saying it was apparent. I just felt it a little bit here. Rob, us niggas know. Like something doesn't smell right. I didn't like any of that shit. First off, it's 6 weeks. They're both leaving to go get a little bit of bread. They live in a place where they have family and people to help take care of it. I don't think any of that shit should have ever been mentioned in that fashion. I know 90% of those jokes were people just trying to be funny or whatever, but I don't know. I didn't like that shit.
I think sometimes people take it too far. In my opinion, I think some people take it too far. And sometimes me personally, when I get a shot, I put it and I kind of laugh it off. But in the same sense, my competitive side come and it says, look, I'm not on the sidelines eating chips and donuts. I'm actually out here grinding. I'm actually out here lifting weights, eating iron. I'm almost 300 some pounds on the bench. I'm close. I'm telling you, you don't even realize how close I am.
There.
And I'm probably already there. Cause I was pushing some stuff the other day where I was like, okay, I didn't know I could hit this. I said, oh, it's time to test it. So when you got people that's eating donuts and chomping on chips, you can't really take them seriously because that's all they doing is collecting body fat and that's it.
Yeah, but then again, at the same time, look at us. Look at us. Listen, we are all in our mom's basement making a podcast talking about something we're not doing. Isn't that just us?
Number one, I'm not in my mother's basement.
None of us are literally in our mom's basement.
Right.
We know that.
I'm a dog. I consider myself a dog. I can go in the trenches tomorrow because some of the stuff in the final, I'm like, can I please get this versus a sporting race, please? Because the stuff that they got on here is 10 times easier than what you got to do in the sporting race. So I'm ready. MTV, you got my number. Call me.
MTV don't got your number, man.
Trust me, they got my number.
You know the fucking thing is, they have mine and they purposely don't use it.
Well, they blocked you.
They have mine and they're just like, yo, fuck this nigga. 100%.
Well, you just now getting back in the gym. Let's go, baby.
Let me say, honestly, I don't think, and the frustrating part, and it's always the female that gets the worst of the brunt of this.
100%.
Because it's all about Cam going, and it's really not so focused on Leroy. And it's very, very frustrating that she has to throw away, because Cam never wanted to stop competing. COVID happened, she got pregnant, life. Like, let that girl do what she wants to do, which in her that's what she's always wanted to do. It's the reason why she went on Are You the One? So she could do the challenge. She's openly said they were pulling from Are You the One. I went to do Are You the One so I could get on the challenge. Period. And Cam has been a solid competitor, and she has been amazing interviews, physically, mentally. She has killed everything, and people will not stop with the bullshit, and it pisses me off because she is so amazing, and people have the nerve to talk shit on her like they know her or something. Let that girl do what she wants to do. Now, it's not on us. It's not my business what happens to the baby. I just care. Cam's going to make sure that baby is taken care of. Leroy's going to make sure that baby's taken care of. Mind your business and let them find somebody else and do what they got to do to make, like Malik said, make their bread. Get that bag.
I agree 100% with you. Not like they left the baby in the house by itself. Like, yo, here goes a gallon of milk and some Ritz crackers. We'll see you in 6 weeks. Like, yo, get the fuck out of here. I'm pretty sure they knew that this might be a possibility and made plans well in advance to do this. Moving on. Kefla. Laurel Stuckey. We've seen her recently. We don't really have to talk about her. Leroy. Kind of the same thing. You only retired 2 seasons ago. It's good to see you back, bro.
Well, he's on the outskirts of the actual show though. So.
Well, here goes the funny thing is, I really, really like Leroy's chances here. Leroy is friends with a good amount of these people. He's cool with Brad,
and he's strong.
Exactly, he's cool with Brad. He's cool with Tony. So I think Leroy won't find himself with a chopping. I mean, when it comes to males, there's 100% males that are easier to throw in than Leroy. And Leroy may not have won one of these things, but Leroy has never been a slouch. He's always performed well. I'm excited to see what he can do.
Leroy and Nehemiah are very similar in a lot of ways for me.
I think Leroy's seen a bit more success than Nehemiah.
True.
Well, no. Nehemiah's a champ.
I was going to say, I thought Nehemiah actually a champ.
Nehemiah's a champ, but I would say overall, Leroy has a very, his challenge career is very long and distinguished. I think it's something like 12 seasons, right? And he's not known for going home early, even though there's a couple, but not a lot. Really excited to see it. All reality, this could really be set up for him and Cam to take this whole thing.
I honestly, I can see. Oh, I want Cam to win one so bad. I so want Cam to win one so bad. Even though Kara's there and I want her to win one too. But I
would be okay with Cam walking away with one.
I really, really, she has, I know I can't say she earned it, but I think she has really paved herself in a way that this is something that she's going to do. And I don't think anybody with a brain thinks that she can't win this and that she can't, be a champion, if not this one, but in the near future. So, and she's great with strategies and everything else. I love it. I'm glad to see Leroy back because he's always so funny and fun, and I want to see the married dynamic and see how that works out because we've seen marriages kind of tippy toppy, especially in these type of environments. But they're actually a challenge relationship goal. Like we've seen so many relationships fall apart. And they're thriving. So we gotta, especially because,
I mean, Brad and Tori was challenge relationship goal at one point. So
we're not gonna talk about that. We're gonna move on.
Anyway,
no, they weren't. I'll be honest. I knew that. I saw that falling apart in the very beginning.
Moving on. You guys excited for All Stars 4?
I am. I'm ready. I'm hyped.
Super excited. Yeah. All right. Time to move on to today's episode. Episode 20 of the challenge, season 38, Ride or Dies. And I just realized I didn't even bring this episode in. So guys, give me a second. Let me do that. Hold on. Give me 1 minute.
You need to take a shot.
No, I got it. Because I do the lip sync.
Not a flinch. Like a boss.
He be cracking me up. I ain't gonna lie.
Even before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and get my next one ready to go.
I'm not even gonna lie. Every single time I take a shot, I do this like
gang.
What can I say?
You want to drink my stuff?
Who? Me or him?
No.
All right.
Me.
What's really good, posters? Welcome to another episode of Love, War, Challenges. I am MTV Malik. He is Robert Stewart Jr. She is Becky at Gift Master Bex. What's really good? Gang, 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 gang. So we actually got, and it's funny because when we was getting this during the first challenge trilogy, you know, they was changing the format a little bit. You know, we were starting off episodes with eliminations and then going whole episodes without eliminations. It was weird. Some of it worked, some of it didn't. I don't think anybody ever felt good about coming to the close of an episode and not getting an elimination. But we got an elimination at the end of last episode, and Fessel and Mariah, they get the win. Now we get our second elimination. Back to back, and it's going to be Jordan and Anissa versus Casey and Kenny, and the game is not so fast. I'm not going to lie. When I seen this, I was like, I'm very excited for this, because this may mean Jordan is going home. I was like, Casey and Kenny can win this. No, don't do that. Don't do that. It's a shot of brandy and milk, like, and sugar.
Man, please. You should
You're just ringing the bell. Shame.
Like,
shame.
Christmas was 23 days ago. We're not jacking it.
Ew.
Did you have that eggnog since Christmas?
No. My mom had a party at her house on like last Friday. So I saw this eggnog. I said, I want to drink eggnog since I ain't getting no eggnog. I poured like this small cup of eggnog. I'm thinking it's getting ready to be eggnog. I drank it. I said, Mama, this mug is spiked. I said, what's in it? She says rum. I said, oh, okay. I said, I thought this was real eggnog, but I'm drinking a spiked eggnog.
Regular eggnog has a liquor in it.
It's supposed to be spice.
Yeah.
It's liquor. It's just liquor. This is liquor. It's pure liquor in here.
It's
that's what eggnog is supposed to be.
Yeah, no, eggnog is fucking terrible.
Hence why I run the other direction.
It is
when eggnog's involved.
I'm not fucking with that.
It's good.
Anyway,
let's focus.
It's like I don't even drink Kahlua.
Let's focus.
Kahlua can only go in actual like coffee, like Irish coffee. Anyway, moving on. Not so fast as the game. I was excited. I thought Casey and Kenny could pull this one off, and sure enough, they don't. Now listen, I like Kenny. Kenny seems like a good guy, decent guy, cool guy. I like Kenny. I just don't like him for the challenge. I understand he's a really nice guy. He's a sweet guy. I understand some of the physical stuff about the challenge may escape him. And I'm okay with that. You can not be good at the stuff in the challenge and still be great for the challenge. Unfortunately, he hits none of those boxes. He's not creating a bunch of storylines. He's not getting into some shit. He's not stirring up no drama. And he's not performing well. I like him. Never bring him back.
I mean,
Casey's Brothers are one and done.
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong with your assessment. I mean, that was her family, you know, so that made her feel more at home having somebody there that was part of her family. So
she could have came on with Fessel or Josh.
I mean,
the goof,
especially with Josh being
I would
an alternate.
The goof, yeah.
I would take Josh over Kenny any day of the week, twice on Sundays.
No.
Yeah.
You know, they were supposed to been on her and Davon. Him and Davon, not her. Him and Davon was supposed to originally be on the show.
Close?
Since when is Davon and Josh close? Apparently Josh was on the after show or whatever podcast talking shit about Mariah to Davon.
Josh been fake. He been fake. We knew it.
Josh is there for entertainment. He's still the goof because regardless if he come back or not, he ain't winning nothing. Josh, you only there for entertainment purposes.
He's not even entertaining. What are you guys talking about?
Yeah, he is entertaining.
He is entertaining.
Because she will laugh your ass off during
He'll get into some shit.
I can't even stand. I mute my TV when he comes on. I cannot stand his voice. I don't know what it is. I apologize to anybody who hates my voice as well. But
even if you're annoying, there's a place for you on the challenge.
No,
he's one of the dumbest challenges of all time.
His last season was pretty decent.
Honestly, even watching him is just dull and gross. Like
no, he is dull. He is gross, and he's I'm not a huge Josh fan. Even though I lightened up on him because he played a really good season his last time he was out here. But anyway, Jordan and Anissa smokes Casey and Kenny. We get back to the house. Fessel makes nice with Mariah. And, they put everything behind him. But something did strike out to me. Fessel was talking about how he felt betrayed. It felt like Mariah didn't step up for him when it was needed. Do you guys agree with that assessment? Or is Fessel kind of tooting his own horn?
Fessel's still dwelling on his own shit right now. It wasn't even that big of a deal. Like, let that girl live. She found a loophole. Because at the end of the day, she's right. It would have blown up in her face had they tied it up. And maybe somebody would have changed their vote. But it's not worth it to go through that fight and have people on your team arguing, especially when you are in your mindset of this is going to be my team. I'm sorry, you don't give about my team. You openly said that you wanted your team and you picked your people and you screwed me over.
And Fessel let them take a shot. He let him take a shot and put her in against Nani.
I don't understand, and I might be a little long-winded for this one, and you can cut me off whenever you want. But with Fessel, I feel this scenario should have played in your mind prior to coming on the show. Every scenario should be playing through your mind going in the show. If this goes south, this might happen, or this might happen. He's got to play this stuff in his head to be prepared for if something like this do happen, then he knows how to react to it. So like, okay, this is get ready to happen. So it's like, oh shit, this is really get ready to happen. So now I'm going to react this way. So I didn't understand why he's, all in his feelings about it, even though you've known the person. I don't know really how long he's known this person. If you ain't known this person over 20 years, it's really not no big deal, in my opinion.
Bessie's mad at Mariah for a move he would have made.
That he did make.
That he's made in the past.
Big facts.
It's not even anything. He's made these things against Nelson, against other people he was in alliances with, and he's mad that she did it to him.
And here goes the funny thing is, Mariah came in there, performed pretty well, hooked up with a 7-time challenge champ, so she's going to be back. And he's just like, oh, well, I brought you into this. Like, she should have so much fucking gratitude, which I'm sure she does. But let me tell you something. Mariah does not need Fessel anymore.
And Wash, Rinse, and Repeat, that podcast that I was talking about where Josh was on, he said the same exact thing. So guess who was all up in his ear? Bessie. Talking about, oh, she should be grateful. And he openly said, I didn't really watch what was going on, so I don't know what's happening. So shut up, you don't know what's going on.
He's a fake one. We've been new. Moving on to today's daily. TJ rose up. He's in a bus. Of course, we get a whole bunch of needless sparks, explosions, and smoke. Today's daily is going to be called Runaway Ride. Pretty much, the challenges are going to be in a bus that's swerving and sliding and speeding. And they have to put together a ball puzzle out of the 100 balls that they have in the bus. It looks simple enough, but it was pretty bad. There was a lot of great moments that this daily provided. The only thing that wasn't, I think the only thing that this really tested is like puzzle skills under duress. But even then, I mean, there's not a whole bunch you could take away from this daily. Besides that, it was absolutely, absolutely fun to watch. Now, Bananas and Nani gets the win. They get 10 out of 10 balls correct. But let's go ahead and talk about our favorite moments, some of the stuff we didn't dislike, or anything you was able to take away from today's daily. I love the fact that people were getting flung into the wall. I love Amber. But Amber got flung, Tori got flung, even Bananas got flung, and people throwing up on each other. That was by far some of my favorite things to see. And I really did like seeing Nani being really, really focused in getting this win because Bananas wouldn't be able to do it without her.
They
What are
had the
some of you
best
guys'
strategy.
takeaway?
Well, I don't understand why they were throwing up. That's the only thing. Because I don't trust. Don't get me wrong. I'm a true competitor, but I've never thrown up. If I throw up, that means something's wrong. That I'm sick. So I'm serious. This is a true story. I've never thrown. I almost came to throw up one time. That was in high school when we was running them hills in football. I almost threw up then, but I didn't. So I don't get the whole throw up thing. Okay, that was throwing me off, and I'm just like,
You never
what
drank
in
too
the world?
much?
No, I have, but they not drinking. They in a competition competing. You getting
You throwing
slung
up while you
around.
drunk?
Yeah, I thrown up while I was drunk.
Hold on,
But
wait.
listen,
He just meant in a competition
I'm talking
standpoint.
about competition. I've
Okay,
never
so let
thrown
me
up in a
explain
competition.
something to you. Motion sickness is a thing. I was on a cruise ship. On the way there, I was fine. Not even a problem. My friend was motion sick. She couldn't deal with it. On the way back, choppy weather. Even though I wasn't really motion sick, but I woke up completely nauseous. I didn't throw up, luckily. I got off the boat fast enough not to throw up. I got in straight land. But it's that motion. I can't go on an airplane. I will throw up if I go on an airplane. I need air sickness pills. I do not know what it is about an airplane, but it fucks me up. But it's the motion, and they were trying to read. When you try and read while you're driving or something like that, you get motion sick. So that's what they're trying to look for this puzzle while they're being thrown all over the place. They're getting dizzy. They're getting thrown all over the place. They're flipping, flopping all over the place. That's how people get sick.
So one other thing came to mind when I seen that. After Tori and Devin get in, after 8 balls, Tori's like, I'm fucking out. And Devin's consoling her on the side, and they do something called a beaver tail.
Right.
Okay.
I was around a lot of
We
white
moving
people when I
on
was
from that.
younger.
Yeah, I've
Moving
been around a
on,
lot of white people. I ain't never seen that before though.
we get
We're
into
weird though. That's the
deliberations.
thing. We're weirdos.
Everybody's weird.
So moving on, we get into deliberations, and Bananas and Nani automatically talks about putting in Amber and Chauncey,
Of course.
which makes sense. They don't have a whole bunch of friends. Nobody's really going to save them, so makes sense. When we get to interrogation, Chauncey and Amber's up front. Chauncey tells Bananas like, "Hey, I want to go down. I felt like I didn't do good in the last elimination, the last daily, and I just want to kind of just make that up." They asked to be the direct vote. Now, Banana says, "Oh, this is something they're going to try to use as leverage," and then Tori and Devin come in and kind of back up the same sentiment, and
Why
so
is everybody so damn mad?
well.
You getting down to the end.
So listen, the people who's put up is Amber and Chauncey, Jordan and Nisa, Horacio and Olivia, Tori and Devin.
Right.
I was thoroughly surprised that that's how everybody viewed it. I didn't see Amber and Chauncey try to leverage this, oh, we're voting ourselves in for anything besides kind of doing it for themselves and just feeling like they were ready to go in. Now, don't get me wrong, throwing yourselves in,
Dumb.
a lot of people do it because they feel like it's the right thing to do. Hey, I want to go in and prove myself. I feel like it's my time. I feel like I'm ready. And and Tyler ran these numbers before, and I think it was something crazy high, like 78% all get eliminated when they do. I do think their hearts was in the right place, and I think those are the reasons of why they put themselves in. But they were instantly called out for, oh, this is going to be leverage later on, like we're your saviors because we're doing the right thing. And I didn't see any of that. Did any of you guys get that feeling from them?
I think they just didn't want to get voted in. I think that was it. They just didn't want to, because multiple times Amber, especially in this season, has been blindsided when she's been told by people, "You're not going to be the main vote," and she ends up being the main vote.
Bananas and 91 that blindsided them.
Well,
they would have just told them prepare yourselves.
But that's the thing. I think that she's just like, you know what? If we go in there and just say, just send us in, we can be in the right mindset to say we're going to be the main vote. We don't have to, be scared that we're going to be voted in or have to hear people say our names. Let's just do it. I think that's what it was. Because she knew it was either going to be her and Chauncey or Horacio and Olivia. So she's like, and if anything, she's sacrificing herself for Horacio and Olivia, giving them the hopes that they might pull the safe dagger. Like, I think that's what it was. This would have been for me.
I'm gonna answer this my competitor side. Okay, I'm not about this. I'm not answering this no other way. This is my competitor side. It's a motherfucking $1 million on the line. Okay, they know they position in the game. Okay, they know they are at the bottom too. I'm shedding the light on Horatio and Olivia. Regardless, it's $1 million on line. I'm not going in there volunteer. We towards the end. I'm trying to get to the final. Regardless if I go in or not, I'm mentally I'm mentally ready to go one way or the other. Because if I go in, I'm gonna tear some shit up. If not, if I win or lose, don't matter. I put it online and I put it all out there, and I'm gonna either come home or I'm gonna stay. Simple as that.
So 100%, I understand there's sentiment behind going in. I still don't think it was a smart move. I don't think they should have done it. I think Horacio and Olivia had a good chance of being the direct vote. That could have happened, and once you're in the draw, at least you have a chance. And even though Horacio is an absolute beast, I feel like the chances of beating Anissa and Jordan would probably be the same. But moving on, we get to the elimination. Amber and Chauncey are voted in because they invited themselves. Horacio and Olivia pulled the safe dagger. They decided to save Devin and Tori over Jordan and Anissa, which I think was 100% the smart move and the thing they should have done. Jordan feels some kind of way about that because him and Horacio had become kind of close. But Horacio says, hey, it's not so much how close me you are, it's how many times your partner is trying to fuck me. Was Horacio in the wrong for blindsiding Jordan like that? We're saving Devin and Tori.
I can answer that question, and my answer to that is no. You in a game. It's $1 million on the line. You trying to win $1 million, or you trying to hand somebody $1 million? That is the only choices that you have in this game. If you want to hand somebody $1 million, you go with your gut and say, okay, I'm gonna hand you $1 million. Here you go. Okay, you're playing to win the game. Yes, I blindsided you because it's a game. This is nothing personal. Don't take it personal. End of the discussion. It ain't no in between. It's $1 million on the line. Let's be real now. If you got $1 million on the line, you need to take the emotions out of it. You need to put all friendships aside and says, this is $1 million on the line. People act strange when money is on the line. You see who your real friends are when real money is on the line.
I think, I didn't he vote Horacio in too, though, earlier before they were bosom buddies? I think that overall it's the smartest move. Jordan and Anissa are crazy. Kind of, you wouldn't want Jordan in a final, even with the ankle brace of an Anissa. I honestly think, I'm sorry.
That's a good one.
She's gonna hold him back that entire final, period. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Anissa has no quit. She's a great competitor. But slow and steady is not going to win this final. It's just not going to happen. Me and her are on the same. It's just not going to happen. But anyway. So a competitor standpoint, you want Jordan out. You just want him gone. That man won a final with practically a broken leg. Period. Just get him gone. At the same time, and in the same token, Devin and Tori have really played, or more Devin than Tori, have played a really great political game. And this kind of just shows where Devin is overall, because he has managed to avoid these eliminations, except for one. In the very, very beginning. And that's it. He's been good to go. So he's built that up. Great game for Devin if he manages to hold out that last little bit to get through and to get him and Tori through. But Yeah, I think it was a smart move, and I think honestly, I don't think Jordan's really that mad about it because he knew he's like even the way he said he's like, oh, I see how we're playing this. It was a joke.
I think he felt a little blindsided, but like I think he was able to instantly get it. So
yeah, I think he realizes where he is in the game, and at the end of the day, I can see Jordan voting Horacio in. So why wouldn't
100%.
Horacio do the same?
So get into the elimination. Today's elimination is going to be called Rumble Tumble. Basically the challengers are going to be strapped to the back, and there's 6 little statues. You got to try to knock them off. Unfortunately, Anissa versus Amber, and God, I do love me some Amber, but we already knew how this was going to go. She had no fucking chance. No. I would have found it very impressive if she was able to get one, but the expectation is that she would be able to get none. Anissa says so herself, and it goes kind of like that. Anissa's size works in her advantage. She takes full advantage of that, and
Anissa could have sat down and she wouldn't have been able to move her. Let's just be honest.
Yes. Amber did what she could do, and that was her best. And I commend her for that. Nobody was expecting you to win that one. It's okay. It's okay.
I mean, yeah, the minute I saw them being voted in, I was like, bye, Amber Chauncey, you're losing.
Now, on the flip side of that, we got Jordan versus Chauncey. Now, this is going to, in my head, I'm thinking, oh, what are they going to do if it ties up? How are they going to split this up? This is what I'm thinking. Now, Jordan, this motherfucker, always comes in with a strategy. He came in with a great one.
Everything. Motherfucker.
He's going to go for his. I'm going to cut to mine. He said, if I get this first one, I'm going to let him get his second one. And that way I could go get my second one. And great strategy. Jordan's up easy 2-1. We're able to see Chauncey get a spark in him and start dragging him a little bit. But ultimately, Jordan still got it done.
Did Jordan grab his foot?
Yeah.
I swear, because it looked like he grabbed his foot and pulled it.
That's exactly what he did. He was driving. I saw that. He grabbed his foot. He lost his footing for a second, enough for Jordan to go ahead and grab his third. And I forget who said, Jordan said it. He said the difference between rookies and challengers are those mid-elimination adjustments. And that's exactly what he did. And you can't even be mad at that. It was a great fucking idea. And here goes the funny thing is anybody who's a wrestler would have thought the same thing too. Because just taking a single step away could be the difference between victory and losing. And he just seen that. In fact, because I wrestled for a lot of years, and that was one of my favorite moves. It was called an ankle pick. Basically, you grapple with somebody, you pull them forward, and when you pull them forward, they take a step forward. As soon as they take the step forward, you dip low, you grab the back of the ankle, and push back. I did it religiously because it fucking worked almost every single time. They put all their weight on that one foot, you grab the ankle, lift it up, they don't have it anymore. They're adjusting for that while you're already moving on to your target.
I mean, I gotta give it to both Chauncey and Amber because they didn't make it easy. They did make him work with it.
No, it was competitive.
It was very competitive. And honestly, I like seeing Chauncey kind of get that fire really quick where he kind of pretty much dragged and flipped Jordan a little bit. And I was like, yes, I really thought he was going to be able to tie it up. And then we were going to go into like a sudden death round. But yeah, that was... They did their best. We all knew this is what was going to happen. It just wasn't going to end up working. But good job and good attempt.
Here's the competitive side of me. I'm gonna give you my analogy on that. I loved it. Okay, I knew it was over when it was tied. I said Jordan got this in the bag. How I knew he had it in the bag because if you think back when he lost to Horacio in that first one, and I told you he didn't make no adjustments. Okay. He saw he didn't make no adjustments that first elimination. He said, okay, y'all throwing me in there again. That's fine. But now I'm going to show you why I am a champion. Okay. I'm going to show you that I can make those adjustments. This time he went to his playbook. He made his necessary adjustments. He played him to the T. When I saw that tied up, I said, Jordan got this on lock. He's going to flip it. And he's going to go ahead and grab his little leg, Made sure he didn't get that little traction. He said, okay, it's over. Bye-bye. Nice playing with you. I'll see you when I see you. Peace.
I mean, let's look at Jordan overall. He knows how to break down these eliminations so well that it's almost like an instant where you see him kind of like, I know what I'm going to do.
Surgically, he's able to do it.
Yeah.
And it's so quick. And he said it himself. The person who figures it out first is the person that's probably going to win. Now, mind you, I don't think that no matter what, if even like Amber had figured this out, if she would have been able to do that with someone like Anissa attached to her. But Jordan is a whole different kind of a specimen.
Let me kind of give you the inside track to this, because I've experienced this. My first race, I got hurt. The first part of the leg. Okay. I already knew the obstacle that got me hurt. Now, came across that same obstacle the second time around. It wasn't in the beginning. It was more like towards that end mark, and I said, oh, here it comes. I already knew that this was the obstacle that got me hurt. Quickly, I looked at the assessment. I said, oh, I already know where my first mistake was. I quickly made that assessment, got over that obstacle, and kept it moving. That's how quickly that we can make that assumptions right then and there, quick. If we seen something like that before, he's seen it before. He said, okay, I've seen this. I got this. It's over. Game over.
100%. Very competitive, very good elimination. Definitely love seeing it. And that's where we're at now. That is episode 20 of the challenge. Ride or Dies. God, I fucking hate that name. Anything else we got to get into before we go ahead and close it out?
Did anybody see something about a big scandal between Paulie and Morgan?
It wasn't a big scandal. They were caught dancing, and a lot of people said a lot of hateful shit to Morgan. Enough so she ended up deleting the post. It was fucking bullshit.
Yeah, I don't know.
It might be some truth to it. Maybe some truth to it now.
Wasn't no truth to it. They were just dancing. It was an innocent moment. Morgan threw a little party to celebrate her moving on with her life and moving on to other ventures. And that's all it was to it. They're just having a good, fun dance as people who know each other and that's cool with each other. All of that other shit is unnecessary. I never understood people who, don't get me wrong, I talk my shit about the challenge or whatever, but I don't like personal attacks or just plain old meanness. I mean, I make my assessments, I make my judgments or whatever, but I don't get particularly vicious, especially with competitors on the show.
Honestly, I think it's because of Paulie. I think it's Paulie and his people just love to go after him. Again, the same thing as with the car situation. It gets likes. Paulie hate gets likes. Talking about Paulie and Cara's relationship and saying that he's cheating on her gets likes. Now, mind you, yes, he already has a history of doing bad shit, but Paulie's never been. He's a sneaky sneak. He's not going to be that blatant. He's not going to say, "Oh, I'm boning this girl. Let's show a video of us grooving on the dance floor."
When I saw that,
wait a minute.
That's not even what I got from that.
It wasn't. I saw the video. It was very, very innocent dancing. I dance like that with people.
It was bullshit. It was bullshit. Vicious people who took that as an opportunity to be more vicious. And for the people who do that, fuck you and everything about you.
But I put it like this. I take a mental note of it. I don't even say nothing. I take a mental note of it. If it pops back up, I knew it then and I was right. But until then, I'm not saying nothing about it. I'm going to just zip it up, throw it away, and then if it pops back up, I already know.
Morgan just got cheated on by Bananas when their relationship ended.
Yeah.
I think at this point, she's done with guys. Hey, I think that this is her. I don't think she's going to be the one that cheats or allows somebody else to cheat when she knows what it's like to be cheated on.
It was never that type of time with it, though.
Walk away from it. Huh?
It was never that type of time with it, though. That's the funny thing is, I don't understand how people got that.
I'm talking about his insinuation because he's trying to insinuate that there might be a situation like that.
I don't understand why Bananas cheated on Morgan in the first place. That I would never understand.
Because he met Mariah. Mariah is the future wife. Don't ever let a girlfriend get in the way of your wife.
He cheated on
I'm not going to understand
Morgan before Mariah.
Right, yes, but he had to get through Morgan to get to Mariah.
They're not even together.
Who, Mariah? Mariah and Bananas?
I don't think they're together.
No, I don't even think they're together neither.
You sure?
Like dating?
Are they dating?
I don't know.
Because I know she's been to his house, so he's already probably knocked it down.
Well, let's just be honest. That boy's
he knocked it down in the house, but which is fine.
You know what I mean? Which
not
is
undercover. Come on, it's what happened. Anyway, let's go ahead and rate today's episode between 1 to 5 stars. Let's start with let's start with you, Robert. What do you think? 1 to 5 stars. Give it to us. Pause.
Okay. I'm gonna say 4.5. I would have rated a 5 if the whole throw up thing didn't happen. Yeah, the whole throw up thing. Becky, you did clarify some things about motion sickness, so I thank you for clarifying that for me. But the whole throw up thing threw me off today. Other than that, I enjoy the movement, the elimination. I enjoy the part of the daily. And I enjoyed everything. So, I enjoyed the drama between Fessy and Mariah. That was pretty cool. So, that's why I give it a 4.5. 4.5.
Becky, where you at with it?
5. She had 5.
No, I'm gonna give it a 3.
What?
To be in all honesty, I was like, the daily was fun. I did enjoy watching people fly around.
Okay,
the eliminations were kind of whatever, and maybe it's just because I think that only one team should have been able to come back. I don't think the 2 should have been able to come back. But yeah, at the end of the day, it was an okay episode. It was light in a lot of the drama areas, because even the drama between Fessy and Mariah was boring. I was like, it really wasn't anything to talk about, really too much about. There's a reason why this episode is short, because it really not a lot to talk about.
It was an hour and a half.
Yeah, it was an hour and a half.
No, I meant like our episode. We didn't cover a lot because not a lot of big shit happened.
I think we covered the important stuff.
Yeah,
all right,
I'm just saying.
Now it's my turn.
I just don't think it was a huge thing.
Now it's my turn.
I already know where you go.
Where am I going with it then?
I'm wrong.
We both wrong.
Yes, you're both wrong. 3.5 stars.
3.5. Okay, well, you're closer to me than you are to him.
I ain't messing with him.
Robert, what did you say? You said 4 stars, right?
4.5.
Oh, 4.5? Nah. 3.5, even though I would be okay with a 4. We did get 2 eliminations, and they were both good. I want to know, challenge fans, anybody listening to this, when was the last time somebody won 2 eliminations in the same episode?
Ooh,
that would be good to know, because Jordan pulled that off. And I kind of want to figure that out. The daily was good. 2 eliminations, both of them was good. But a little light on the drama side. We got Mariah and Fessy, but they fixed that shit in 3 minutes. And of course, we got Casey leaving and how Nani felt about it, which was very touching and very emotional for some people. But that's really our only real. Why are you laughing?
It was like it wasn't. I was like, oh my god, can this be over already? I feel kind of bad.
I said for some people, and then we keep it pushing.
That's why I was laughing. Because I was like, I'm some people who are like, this could be over already.
Very emotional for some people. Some people, but also some people are really able to relate to that. And it may not be important to us, but for some people, they may really fuck with that, and it might really mean something for them. So for those people, I give them that. Besides that, really light on the drama. Not a lot of house strategizing that we've seen. Kind of missed that a little bit. And this is why I miss a little bit house votes. House votes were fucking exciting. You gotta get everybody involved, and the people gotta run from room, making deals and doing all that. It's a significant part of the show that we're missing a little bit. So bring back some house votes every once in a while. It don't have to be every time, but it's okay to bring it back. 3.5 stars, even though I would be totally okay with 4 stars. That's going to do it for us, though. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and Twitter at LWC Podcast. Follow us on Facebook and TikTok at Love Word Challenges. And make sure you listen to Love Word Challenges podcast on Apple and Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio. We are now on Amazon too, or your favorite podcast app. Once again, I am MTV Malik. He is Robert Stewart Jr. She is Becky at GIF, Master Bex. This is Love Word Challenges. Good night.